Hey everyone, Dan from Buckethead Studios here, and today I've got a bit of a different one for you. Today we're looking at Algren's pistol from The Last Samurai. This one right here. So let's have a look. Now this is a bit of a different type of movie prop, and I've never really looked at movie props like this before on the channel, but this is a replica of Nathan Algren's pistol from The Last Samurai. Now, The Last Samurai is set in the 1870s. It's one of my favourite movies. It's a fictional retelling of the rebellions in Japan in the late 1800s, with Tom Cruise being a converted American soldier to the samurai way of life. Like I said, fictional, but a very beautiful movie, very well shot. Costumes and everything is impeccable. And for the movie, they gave Algren this pistol. Now this is an 1871 to 72 Open Top Colt Revolver. I got it because I'm in a bit of a Wild West phase at the moment. I'm really enjoying that, but also because it is Algren's pistol in the movie. And this is an amazing replica. Now I have a view very similar to Adam Savage's view, in that when I buy a prop replica, I want it to have a certain feel. Now of course, could have 3D printed this gun, could have finished it, done all that job, but it wouldn't have the feel or the experience that I want from this prop. Now it was an air-powered firing pistol. Now it had a very unique air system in that there's no air system inside the pistol itself. The bullets, that went into the gun had compressed air in them and a shot in front. Just like a real bullet has powder and the projectile that gets fired out. This means it is, for all intents and purposes, just like the real gun, except it's modern. It's built to fire that, so it's strong, it's made of steel. It's, for all intents and purposes, was just like a real firearm, but fired air-powered shots. This has since been deactivated to EU regulations, so in the UK you have to deactivate these, and because it's deactivated it can no longer fire anything whatsoever. It's basically a piece of art, and you don't actually need any kind of license to own a deactivated firearm in the UK. So long story short, this is an all metal and wood replica version of a Colt 1871 Open Top Revolver. You can most notably see this revolver in the scene where Algren's trying to prove that the Japanese army isn't ready to fight the samurai.
If he does not shoot me, I will kill him!
Where he's aiming it down at the soldier, trying to get him to shoot him, and it's a really good shot down the barrel, but this is the gun,
Load!
or the type of gun, that he is holding. So here's a more close-up view for you guys. Here it is. Now this is the revolver that immediately preceded the very famous Colt Peacemaker, which had a frame all the way around the cylinder. This is why this is called an open top gun, because there's nothing above the cylinder. It is open. But you'll see on the Peacemakers and later guns, they enclose the cylinder, and then you can have actions like flipping the cylinder out to reload and whatnot. That came later. This is kind of in the middle of sort of those black powder guns and the ones that took bullets. So this one did take bullets and you could load them in. It's a bit cumbersome loading them in. What you'd have to do is flip this guy open and load each one individually. And when you were done, you'd use the attached rod here, like this, to eject all the casings, and you'd have to do that for each cylinder, which, as you imagine, is still quite slow and cumbersome compared to like what was developed very soon after. And very not long till you had sort of your automatic pistols, your C96 Mauser, things like that. Shout out Han Solo. But this was what was the gun of that time, and it's the one that they gave Algren, which I think is nice. It shows his sort of like American solderness, but by the time of the movie, in sort of 1876, 77, this was outdated. But he obviously still had some affection for the gun, and you can see it in early in the movie, and then he's packing it away later in the movie as well. But yeah, this is the gun itself. And like I said, this one is deactivated, so it can no longer fire anything from the barrel ever without really destroying it, and it's very illegal to make it fire again. But they're very thorough in how they do that. It does mean that the hammer will rotate the cylinder, which is lovely, but the hammer won't cock. If on a real one, if this could fire, this will hold in place till you pull the trigger. The trigger does pull, which is great. Love that action, and I love the action of it there. But yeah, you cannot, it will not hold and dry fire anything. That's just a spec of the deactivation of it. But I was very happy to pick this one up because this is actually quite a rare model of gun. You don't see a lot of these type of revolvers on the market, especially ones that cannot fire. There's no sort of like Denix versions of this type of gun. You can get similar ones, of course, but the ones like this, which is the one that Algren has, is actually quite difficult to find, and I was very happy to pick this one up in a deactivated version because it means I don't have to get any kind of license, it'll never fire, and it is just a beautiful static display piece, which I will very much enjoy displaying. So there we go, guys, that is Algren's revolver from The Last Samurai. I'm very happy to add this to my collection. I'm going to find a way to display it proudly. Like I said, one of my favourite movies, and yeah, seeing as I'm going through a bit of a Wild West kick at the moment, this is really ticking a lot of buttons. I do love that mechanical aspect of guns. Don't like killing people, but I do love a mechanical aspect of these things, and this is a beautiful replica of that Colt 1871 Open Top Revolver. I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at this with me, and I will of course see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.